Section 1, men's 1500. Kyle Merber, Columbia, seated at 339 flat. Chris Derrick, is he going to go down as the best distance runner without a title? I don't really care about that part because he's such a great racer, and I love to see him in a mile or a 1500 here. Robert Cheseret, the former star out of Arizona, who's had a nice comeback over the last couple of years. Sam Vazquez, unattached. Riley Masters now at Oklahoma. Lawi Lalang, the NC2A superstar. Hip 6, Michael Atchoo from Stanford, sub 4 indoors. Jeremy Ray, Notre Dame, sub 4 indoors. Blake Shaw, USC. Ryan McNiff, Adidas. Patrick Rono, Arkansas. Ryan Vail, let's see if Vail is now in this heat. I think he may be. Brooks. Eric Harasyn from Oklahoma. Evan Jager, Nike, coming back after injury, running well indoors. And then two from Oklahoma State, Ryan Botezan and Taylor Monaghan, excuse me. And we'll get an ID on, we got Oklahoma State out front here, we'll get an ID on some of these athletes. I can see Lawi Lalang maybe got a slower start, and he's working his way up into about 4th, and Lalang is looking for a fast pace early. That your early leader is Taylor Monaghan, and Lalang right there on the outside. Jager tucked in on the inside behind Michael Atchoo in about 11th or so, but Lalang, he's interested in running fast, but I guess that's always the case when he's in the race. So good pacing here by Taylor Monaghan. 58.4 for Monaghan. Not sure if he's a pacer, but we'll go with it while he's out there. So Monaghan continues the pace with Lalang in second. And Kyle Merber has been running in second here with Lalang just on his shoulder. So now Monaghan steps off with Lalang and Merber up front. So two of the top runners in the NCAA in their respective distances. And that's Sam Vazquez on Merber's shoulder. And just behind him is Riley Masters. So Lalang, Merber, Vazquez, and Masters with Chris Derrick tucked right in there. He's not going to let these guys get away, so regardless of what their specialties are. So Chris Derrick right in 5th place. And this is a great pace, 158 high.
158 high, 60.1 for that lap.
So Derrick kind of positioning himself a little bit. Michael Atchoo just behind him. And here comes Evan Jager, healthy again after a couple of years of battling injury. It's crazy to think that he would be a 5th-year senior at Wisconsin had he stayed. But now he's right next to Kyle Merber of Columbia, and Jager is in 4th. So Lawi Lalang is the leader with Samuel Vazquez on his outside. So Lalang looking pretty comfortable at this pace, and everybody else is comfortable to not go around him. So Riley Masters in the middle of that pack in 3rd with Merber on his inside, and then directly behind him is Jager. 2:44 with 1 to go, and there's 6 to 10 guys in contention, including Ryan Vail, who's just on the outside of the pack, and Chris Derrick has maintained his efficient space right there on the inside of Jager. Here we are, 1,200 meters, 2:58 with Lalang in the lead. What was our split there, Brad?
60.
60 on the nose for Lalang. And now on the inside, working his way through, is Chris Derrick. He's right there, right behind Lalang, set up perfectly. 3:13 with 200 meters to go, and Chris Derrick's in the mix in this. So it's Derrick right behind Lalang with Jager on the outside, but can anybody catch Lawi Lalang? Man, he looks good on the inside, and he's going to try to drive this thing home with Riley Masters giving chase. Now here comes Jager on the outside, and there's Jeremy Ray from Notre Dame. He ran well at the Vail mile, and Derrick on the inside. Are you kidding me? Look at Chris Derrick. It's Derrick, 3:41, and he's got a scalp. Even if it's at 1,500 meters, Chris Derrick brings home the victory at the Stanford Invitational on the 1,500. And Lawi Lalang did a ton of work in that race, and he gives his respected competitor an awesome 5. So Chris Derrick
sneaking through on the inside, very savvy to know that would eventually open up just a little bit on the inside.
Whenever you talk to Jason Dunn about Chris Derrick, there are very few words that need to be spoken because he's such a talented and gutsy and heady racer. He stayed on the rail, ran 3:41.17, Lalang actually faded to 4th, 56.5 for Chris Derrick. So if that doesn't give him an injection of confidence this senior track season, I'm not quite sure what is. I'll be talking to Ryan from FlowTrack because I want to go to the NC2A meet, regardless of his previous planning, because that was one heck of a close by Chris Derrick. And you saw, you know, 4 of the best runners in the NCAA, and Merber, Masters, and obviously Lalang, Chris Derrick. Man, what an exciting race that was. Not necessarily because of the time, but just because of the way it played out. You know, Jager was doing a lot of movement, try to get around on the outside, and the strategy of Chris Derrick was just to stay tight, stay close, be patient early on.